One thing that Ray, Nigel and myself said before the programme was that it wouldn't be a goalless draw this afternoon, so of course,
yeah, you said that.
and you agree with me, to be honest, didn't you?
We said Birmingham will win.
You went for the draw.
Yes, all right, well, we're all wrong, but what...
No, you're wrong.
Why didn't we get any goals, especially after the first 45?
I think basically we didn't get any goals because Paul Furlong and Dele Adebola wasn't playing today. I think if them two had played today, I think it'd have been an easy, a comfortable victory for Crewe. But all credit to Crewe today. I thought they battled very well. I think Mark Rivers in the first half had the better chances, and they could have gone one up, and maybe it could have been a good win for Crewe. But I think overall Birmingham still looked the better quality side. But with missing your front two, and they have scored, I think, 28 goals between them. You're going to miss anybody like that.
We saw Trevor getting a little excited in the dugout. Is he starting to feel the pressure as the season reaches finale?
Well, it's coming to a big finale as well, and everybody will be feeling a bit of pressure, and I think it's only natural. I remember doing that, one of those things very similar to myself.
Yeah, I think you got sent off in a World Cup final, didn't you? Yes.
Exactly. But you know, it gets to people. You know, people must understand that it is a very difficult situation for him, and people are going to do that sort of thing. He did actually go to the linesman and say, I was wrong.
OK, fair enough. In a word, are Birmingham going to get that second automatic promotion spot?
No.
No. Are Crewe going to stay up?
No.
No.
There we go. Honesty, I'm not sure if they completely believe what they were saying. We're back on Monday, 12 o'clock for Grimsby against Norwich. Till then, have a very good Easter. Goodbye from us.
Of form as it stands, the home side with just one victory in their last 9 matches. That was a 1-0 win at Port Vale, and Norwich without a win in 8 matches and just one victory from their last 16 in the league. Indeed, they've gained just 10 points from the last 48 available, and it's pretty much a trend for them in recent years to perform well up until the turn of the year and then disappointingly after. There's Mo Ryan. That header away was by Mark Lever, who was Grimsby's man of the match in the playoff final at Wembley last year. Free kick given against Matt Jackson for the challenge on Leicester.
Well, Leicester's a handful, you know, he puts himself about. He'll certainly give Jackson and Mackay something to think about this afternoon.
He's been helped into Leicester's path this time, and Jackson it is who charges across to get it away. Groves. This is Eric Fugelstadt.
I think one thing Grimsby might have to be very careful is the pace of Bellamy. Dalglish's not slow, but I think Bellamy's extra sharp, you know, and I'm just watching these early runs. He's trying to just go on, just ease it in over the centre-half's head. I'll get there.
Well, Norwich were particularly busy on transfer deadline day with Bruce Real bringing in 4 players, but they do have a heavy reliance over the years on young players coming through the ranks. Dalglish being integrated into a side today that includes 5 homegrown players, and there are 4 within the Grimsby ranks. This is one of the bright young things from the Norwich youth setup, Darryl Russell, finding Sean Carey. Blocked by Groves, this is Nogan. Leicester up to his left, Donovan to his right. And here is Kevin Donovan, and he's made the space for himself well past Jackson, but Fugelstadt Resisting it well.
Good play as well from Nogan there. You know, he got the shout from Donovan saying, hold on, just hold it, I'm coming. But with fair to Fuglestad, he uses his pace well here, Fuglestad. Gets his body across.
McDermott's cross is headed away by Jackson as Grimsby tried to catch Norwich on the hop. Caldicott!
Right, they've done with just a little dip there, couldn't he, Stacey Caldicott? There was a gap for him on his right foot, suddenly says, right, have a bit of this. Headed away by Jackson. The ball bounces. Look at that, though. Bellamy sort of runs away from him. Caldicott lets fly. Just waiting for a dip. I think Marshall, who's a quality keeper, he has this covered. Surely Norwich should be closing this man down quicker.
Well, amazing to think that he's still to score for Grimsby, Stacey Caldicott, and yet I seem to remember when we were here on the opening day of the season that he unleashed a virtually unstoppable drive that somehow Richard Wright in the Ipswich goal did stop. McDermott with the free kick. Jackson. Here comes Caldicott again. Now Donovan. Cleared to McDermott. Well, Logan and Ashcroft really get in each other's way.
Well, you have to blame Ashcroft there. Surely he's got to be screaming at Nogan. Because Darryl Such had missed the ball. That's a golden opportunity for me. Just a little bit of talking was needed.
Gallimore. Mulrine. Caldicott just stood off Dalglish a little but recovered well. Donovan's header. Leicester. Neat build-up from Grimsby. They're renowned for the quality of their football. This is Leicester. And he's won another corner.
Yeah, a good start from Grimsby. They're pushing Norwich City back, aren't they? They're trying to take the game by the scruff of the neck.
It's never very easy when you've been promoted via the playoffs. But Grimsby have surprised a lot of people with the quality of football they've played this year and the fact that they've done so well. Here's Groves. Here's Caldicott. Kevin Donovan. Grimsby really have done well without, for the most part, two of their most influential players. As Jackson heads it behind for the corner.
Yeah, great ball from McDermott. Great ball. And Jackson really had to be on his toes there. This is quality. Jackson get across Nogan.
Well, Grimsby have been robbed of the services of Kevin Donovan and Wayne Burnett for much of the campaign. They've never really been fully fit. Donovan it is who's taking this corner. Lever was going for it, but it's helped back out to Donovan. Groves was trying to steal in. Lever's header, and Nogan is offside.
Well, Norwich goal's getting peppered at the moment. Marshall got a fist to it, but Nogan sort of jumped into him.
Ashcroft waiting for Gallimore to move up on the outside. Ashcroft again. It's up to back to Gallimore. Lever. Now Livingston. Groves. Leicester looking to get away. Mackay tugging away at it.
You have to say it's in round one. It's the forwards, I think, who are getting the better of the two Norwich centre halves. I think Leicester, Nogan, good working, but you can see they're having a real tug at each other. Mackay gets there just as enough.
Mackay playing because of Craig Fleming's absence through injury.
Yeah, big, strong, honest lad, Malcolm Mackay. Following Peter Grant from Celtic down to East Anglia.
Here's Fuglestad. Jackson. Back to Andy Marshall, who actually misses the next match against Ipswich through suspension. He was sent off in the game against Huddersfield. Indeed, had this game been 24 hours later, then Andy Marshall would not have been able to take part.
Certainly, it's a game I think a lot of Ipswich fans will be a little bit concerned about. You know, Ipswich in a great, rich vein of form, thumping Swindon, but Norwich, they'll be trying their hardest on Sunday. It's a fierce derby.
Groves. This is Gallimore. Leicester. Slipped it through magnificently to Caldecott. Logan just a little too close to him to take that one on board. Well won back there by Ashcroft. Gallimore.
Being robbed in the opening 7.5 minutes, you can see who's going for promotion, the playoffs, and who's, well, stuck in mid-table.
Bellamy here could break with Russell to his left. Dalglish is waiting for it in the middle. Good work from Russell. Shot blocked by Lever. Here's Cedric Onselan. In comes Carey.
Yeah, interesting to see this Frenchman, you know, on loan from Bordeaux. Well, he's in for a shock next week. He'll know what the English First Division's all about.
French under-21 international. Had a couple of trials with Southampton, but they didn't pursue their interest in him. On with Norwich now till the end of the season.
I think it's clear that Bruce Rioch, you know, he's definitely thinking, yeah, squad I've got is not good enough. We don't score enough goals. I think it's going to be a real summer clear out.
Here's John McDermott to Groves. Gallimore.
It's a difficult season for Norwich City, you know, Keith O'Neill departing, injury prone. Darren Eadie had his fair share of injuries. Bellingham's been out. You know, for me, there's three of the better players.
Yes, the services of Keith O'Neill too, with the hand forced by his contract. This is Nogan. Now Donovan. Nogan! Blocked by Mackay.
Great block, Rob. Great block.
Love had a fairly turbulent time against Bradford at the weekend in the 3-0 defeat. Here's Russell. Carey. Fugelstadt. Now Russell again.
It's a late challenge on Russell, but Russell, Terry Hilbrand will just give him a little ticking off here. I don't think he's going to produce a yellow. The young Russell on the ground there was on a, well, he's going to have a hard afternoon against Donovan. You see Lever coming in, doesn't really go high. I think Russell jumps out of the way. But getting back, trying to help his fullback, Fugelstadt. But then in for a hard afternoon with Donovan.
It's Phil Mulrine with a free kick. Skimming off the top of Livingston's head as Jackson challenged.
Just feel this is maybe where Norwich can be dangerous, and they get a decent ball in this box here with the two big centre-halves, Mackay, Jackson. Could be trouble for Grimsby.
And there was trouble as Carey came in, and then from the rebound, Bellamy lifts it over.
You know, there's a swirling wind here at Blundell Park, and I just feel the big defenders of Grimsby misjudged this ball. Over the heads, Carey off Bellamy, off the post, Bellamy with a left foot over the top. Very unlucky. Carey, I think, should have scored. Bellamy got a flick on it, but Bellamy reacts again, can't keep it down.
Craig Bellamy's had a relatively lean time of late, just 2 goals in his last 13 appearances, but he did score in the match against Grimsby earlier in the season when Norwich beat them 3-1 at Carrow Road. He seems to have been in the first team for long enough now to have been a veteran, Bellamy. Even though he's still only 19 years of age, pretty much an established regular.
He's a little bit, he's got a bit of cockiness about him as well, you know, he's a bit of Jack the Lad, but that's good. I think you need that in a young forward, as long as you get the ability to match it.
McDermott. Here's Mackay. Nogan closing him down.
You don't get away with that one. Wrong side of the ball, he's shoving the back.
Here's Donovan. Leicester's header, it's Mackay.
It's interesting that, last corner, Rob. When you get two good headers of the ball, like Mackay and Jackson, it's nice you use them as a decoy. Everyone's concerned about them. Someone sneaks up the far post like Carey.
Norwich throw. Kevin Donovan has had a persistent back problem, which has restricted him to just 22 appearances this season. The last two goals that he actually scored for Grimsby got them to Wembley and then won the match at Wembley.
Yeah, what a year last season for Grimsby, quite incredible.
Here's Bellamy.
I think this year they've done fabulous as well, Rob.
Well, they've relied heavily on the goals of this man, Paul Groves, and this time he's turning provider, finding Nogan with Leicester bearing down in the middle.
Yeah, he couldn't get his foot around it, could he? Couldn't get his foot around the Norwich City defence, tried to push up. Nogan come back with him, then spun on the ball. You can see Such try to get back on level terms with him. He's got Leicester in the middle, can't get his left foot round it.
Sure, Bruce Rioch will have mixed feelings watching Lee Nogan, who scored for Reading against his Bolton side in the 1995 First Division playoff final, but Rioch's Bolton went on to win and gain promotion. Leicester looking for Ashcroft, who's fed it across first time, and will it break for Donovan? A vital challenge from Fugelstadt. Well, amazing that it's still 0-0. Chances are being created aplenty. Good break on here from Onsalan.
That's the first time we've really seen him in the game, Onsalan. Looks a nice, neat little footballer. But at the other end, wow. Grimsby, it's end to end. Onsalan just surveyed one challenge on his right foot, not scared to have a go. Dipping strike, but well over. Good yard over. But Grimsby again down the flanks, attacks a great ball into the box for Leicester. And Fugelstad to the rescue with a block tackle on Donovan.
Erik Fugelstad, the former Norwegian under-21 international. Here's Mulrine. Mackay. Ashcroft. Managed to get away from Such and pulled it back for Nogan.
Nogan's a little bit unlucky there. It's great play from Ashcroft. I think Nogan was thinking, where's my strike partner Leicester? Just took his eye off the ball. I think that's what Norwich have got to look for more. Try and use the pace of Dalglish and Bellamy against Livingston and Lever.
Here's Mulrine. Fugelstad. Bellamy. Bellamy has just given McDermott the slip. It's long for Dalglish, and Love claims it.
That's great play from Bellamy. Dalglish got his arm up, say, yeah, go on then. Just overhit.
McDermott. Leicester got a touch onto it for Nogan. Leicester. Challenged by Jackson.
It's a good play there from Jackson, but he wants to be making challenges like that, not too deep. He's making them in his own box. I just feel Leicester and Nogan, the movement, they're harrying these two Norwich centre-halves and they're dropping deeper and deeper.
Lever. McDermott. Caldecott had seen the run of Nogan. Nogan's gone down, Leicester's gone down.
He's given the first one, Rob, I think, and he just outside the box. Oof, this is tight. But again, the lovely combination between the two front players of Grimsby, and a lovely ball from Caldecott. They play so close together, they do. Threaded ball through. Nogan with a touch. You can see it's a yard outside, a half a yard outside the box. Nogan gets on the end of it. Leicester, sorry, and he goes down.
Well, Tony Gallimore's last couple of goals have been scored from free kicks. And he's lining up this one on his left foot. Two Grimsby players shielding the ball from the wall. Gallimore against the wall.
A good block from Bellamy.
Donovan's attempted cross blocked by Fugelstad. Here's Livingston. Bellamy is struggling with an injury at the moment, presumably heavily winded after blocking Gallimore's free kick.
I was going to say, I'm sure he is. There's not a lot of Bellamy, but he was first to the ball.
Well, he took the full brunt of it, the young Welshman. Bruce Rioch, the Norwich manager, does of course have Ewan Roberts on the bench, along with Paul Hughes and young Shea Wilson. Hughes is one of the players that Rioch brought in on deadline day from Chelsea. And Ewan Roberts just finding himself out of favour as the manager looks to reshape things following that defeat on Saturday. McDermott and Terry Hilbron discussing the restart.
Well, he's struggled a little bit, Bellamy, isn't he? He's after a little rest, you get back on, but he's seriously winded, I should say.
But he is back on. Straight back into his stride, Craig Bellamy going for that one.
I think Grimsby will be just a little bit concerned that they haven't got the breakthrough with all the heavy pressure. Almost 20 minutes gone now. And saying that, Andy Love a little bit fortunate. Alan Buckley with Carey and Bellamy combining, hitting the post. I'm sure he's pleased with this start.
Well, these two teams were a division apart last year, but despite Grimsby being in the second and Norwich in the first, Grimsby did knock Norwich out of the FA Cup with a 3-0 win here. McDermott and Donovan, two of their goal scorers. Donovan, Caldecott. Jackson. Now Onsalin. This is Dalglish. Darryl Such. Carey. Cedric Onsalin. Under pressure from Ashcroft.
Onsalin looks a tidy little player, but he's got to get used to this pace of the game over in England. You know, maybe people get the foot in a little bit quicker.
And it's a very delicate balance for managers introducing players at just the right time, and Bruce Rioch has opted to bring in Onsalin today. Doesn't really speak any English at all. He's been helped by the fact that one of the youth team players does and acts as an interpreter on his behalf.
Who, Bruce Rioch?
Wonder how many of them understand Paul Dalglish. He and Mulrine making their first starts after a fairly hurly-burly period of activity just before the deadline, when Dalglish was away with the Scottish under-21s and Mulrine with the Northern Ireland team, which didn't really help their settling-in process.
Dalglish is very, very willing, you know, he makes runs all day for you. A little bit of touch on him, a little bit of class, try to just feed it into Bellamy.
Well, Ryan had one full day with his new teammates before making his debut against Palace at the weekend. And it's Mulrine's corner. Mackay getting in. Here's Dalglish. Slipping it past Gallimore, who then blocks the cross for the corner. And after the pandemonium that Norwich caused from their last corner on this side, will it work for them again? Groves has picked up Sean Carey, who caused such consternation. Mackay will undoubtedly go for it. Lever watching him. Here's Donovan. Leicester just shielding it from Fugelstad. Carey. Jackson.
Norwich in the midfield are doing a lot better now. Just knocking the ball, little 10-15 yard passes, trying to suck Grimsby to the ball and getting the ball in behind for Bellamy.
This is Norwich's 4th consecutive season in the First Division since they were relegated from the Premiership, and they've yet to finish above halfway. Andy Marshall giving it away fairly cheaply. John McDermott's throw-in. Flick on was by Nogan.
It's this stage of the game, Rob, we need a goal.
Donovan the taker. Groves climbing. McDermott. Fugelstad. Gone back by Caldecott. Header out by Mark Lever, but Norwich keeping the pressure up with a quick throw. Here's Dalglish. Bellamy. Fugelstad to Carey. Mulrine. Mackay. Reminder of the action that we've got coming up for you. Newcastle against Tottenham tonight at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 in the Premiership. And the next Nationwide League action comes up on Friday at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 3. It's Gillingham against Bournemouth, with the battle for second division playoff places at the forefront. Here's Fugelstad. Darryl Russell.
Norwich, you can see slightly edging at possession terms, but apart from that corner kick with the ball smashed off the right-hand post, no real cutting edge up front. It's all midfield, little tippy-tappy passes, 10-yard passes, no thrust.
Well, Norwich have come into this game today lying 14th in the table, which is their lowest position in the league so far this season. They haven't really been too successful on their travels. Only team that they've beaten from the top half of the table away from home was Ipswich.
Thank you, Rob. You don't see why, because, you know, they knock the ball about, you know, lovely, composed. Just, you just feel they want to have a few more strikes on goal.
Dalglish. Onsalan's cross, Russell.
Grimsby, I thought, started the match really well, but at the moment they're second best. Especially the midfield area. Dalglish doing well, holding it up. A little ball back. Russell arriving at the far post. And can't get any real direction on it.
England youth international Darryl Russell, they clearly think a lot of him. They gave him a 4.5-year professional contract last season. Mackay. Livingston. Leicester. Foul by Darryl Such.
Well, for me, it's certainly a foul, isn't it? But I looked at the linesman. The linesman just... there was no reaction. It was the referee.
Ashcroft getting it in.
I think Ashcroft was lively early on first half. That's his first touch for a few moments. Grimsby really have to get the ball wide more.
It was their club record signing, Lee Ashcroft, when they brought him in August. But it's been a pretty fitful start to his Grimsby career. Ashcroft. Gallimore. Mackay got the ball, says the referee. Ashcroft. Mulrine. Pushing the back of Philip Mulrine by Paul Groves.
The referee's doing really well here, and he's always in the right position. And he just looks to be in charge of this match. Okay, it's not a dirty match.
Dalglish. He's done well to make room for himself, Dalglish. Lines it up for Onsalan. Fugelstad coming in at the back. And Donovan making a hash of the clearance.
Just what I was talking about earlier there, Rob. You know, Norwich, pretty play, good passing. Great skills from Dalglish. But you're saying to yourself, go on, hit it, have a go. Just there, decides to go wide. Eventually the ball's whipped in. Grimsby have got plenty of bodies in there. And that's a poor header at the far post, and eventually lucky to get a corner.
Love came and just got a touch to it, and he's conceded another corner. Might not look at Andy Love, but he's only 20 years of age.
I thought it was Brian Gunn when he came out to warm up.
Well, Ryan's corner. Cleared by Livingston, then by Ashcroft. Mackay's header on to Bellamy.
And that's where Bellamy's so dangerous. Just locking in there in between centre-halves. Mackay getting a flick on. And they're all watching the ball. No one's watching where Bellamy sneaked in behind them. That's unlucky.
And John McDermott just did enough to subdue the threat of Craig Bellamy. And earn another Norwich corner. Livingston's header clear this time. Fugelstad.
Yeah, Livingston's. I think Livingston's doing well in there for Grimsby. You know, started off as a centre forward, can play centre back or centre forward now. There were handy sides out the side, straight in there. But he's the one who's getting his head to the ball on crosses.
It's his first start in 12 matches. Haven't previously started since the FA Cup defeat by Bradford back in January. Here's Jack Lester. Groves. Logan trying to pull it back for Leicester. Jackson it is, though, who cuts it out.
Livingston. It's good play from Bellamy, you know. Good play, a little bit casual there, Livingston, but Bellamy chased the keeper back, then made the shuttle run back to Livingston. That's good centre-forward play.
Well, both teams haunted by their recent problems at the moment, in that they've been making chances and not taking them. Norwich have failed to score in 7 of their last 12 games. Grimsby just 2 goals in their last 8 matches, both of them scored by Paul Groves.
It seems to be as if Grimsby's confidence is just beginning to drain away a little bit after an excellent start. I think it was that little possession Norwich had in midfield, the little spell, just took the sting out of Grimsby. I haven't seen much of Caldecott now.
Groves. Here's Fugelstadt. It's here at Blundell Park where Grimsby's form of late has been most disappointing. Their last win was on their travels at Port Vale. Here's Onsalin. Now Mulrine, Russell moving up to his left. Bellamy's through the middle. He's found Darryl Russell. And Dalglish tried to steal across in front of Gallimore.
He's just getting a couple of good positions, Russell, in this first half, and for me the final ball's not been positive. He could have taken a touch there and made sure of the ball into the box. But to be fair, if he's trying an early one for Bellamy, then it's good thinking, but I think he's just got to take a little touch.
Olsen. Here's Russell. Russell complimented by Bruce Rioch as a great student of the game, very attentive to the coaching staff.
It's just a silly challenge that for me from McDermott. He's going nowhere there. He's got his back to his goal, and now this is dangerous. Bellamy, I think, might fancy a chance. A good central position, was a good, 23, 24 yards out. Mulrine, he can hit them too.
Left foot of Fugelstadt is another option. It's Mulrine! And it's in off the post! And what a way to crown your full debut! Mulrine puts Norwich 1-0 up.
I said it was a silly free kick to give away, but this is class. Look at that. Starts a good metre outside the goalkeeper's left-hand post. Good bend. That is beautiful. Not many goalkeepers can get to this. Starts off well outside, just clips the inside of the post, and that is a quality strike. Mulrine, well, it looks like money well spent. Great goal.
Well, he may have left Manchester United, but there was a touch of what he'd learned from David Beckham about that. His first goal for Norwich, and what a goal.
There's certainly no blaming Andy Love, the goalkeeper. I think Schmeichel would have got that.
Ball played back by Mackay. And the goal has even brought Grimsby to life. It was such a stunning strike.
Well, to be fair, Rob, we heated it, didn't we? Because it really was a bit of a stalemate. Norwich having more possession, no real, quality strikes on target. But what a beauty.
His first goal in club football. He did manage one for Northern Ireland.
It's confidence as well, Rob, isn't it? Just saying to Bellamy, go on then, out of the way. You go for rebounds, I'll take this. That's a sign of a good player.
Here's Darryl Such. Jackson. Livingston.
Grimsby just have to up the tempo now here. A little bit of, a little bit of passion back in the match. They've just gone quiet. I'm sure he'll install a bit of passion half time. And his mate behind, he's not too happy, is he?
Well, the most disappointing thing about the tail-off in Grimsby's form is that it has occurred here. Defeats in their last 3 matches at Blundell Park. And Now facing a battle to turn this one around, having made such a good and positive opening.
I feel, you know, Leicester and Nogan up front, you know, busy. Give them the ball, give them the service. They can't get the ball into them now.
Russell. Livingston. Leader. Here's McDermott. Jackson. Gallimore. Nogan. Out to Donovan. Can he equalise? He's pulled it right across.
I tell you, that's very unlucky. And every time Grimsby get down the right-hand side and Donovan's running at the full back, it always causes problems. This is unlucky. That didn't need any touch at all, and that's the equaliser.
May have had an injury-induced dip in his form this year, Kevin Donovan, but he's still a menacing player. Dalglish. Onsalan.
He was unlucky, just closed out there. There was a great run from Carey, had Dalglish spotting him. They're doing it simple, just playing it wide to Onsalan and really getting his foot in. Final ball again.
Lever. Nogan. Giving away to Russell. Russell's made room well for the cross, which is headed away by Livingston.
Yeah, there's a little bit of quality there from Russell, you know. Picking up that straight pass, little ball wide, made the great run. A bit of skill in the ball in the box.
Good closing down there as Norwich go hunting in packs with Fugelstadt and now Dalglish.
Well, that's nice to see. He's not whinging at the ref, he's back. Yeah, he's been impressive for me in this first half. Making good runs, doing it simple, holding it up. And as he gets confident in this green and yellow shirt, you see a few tricks come out from this kid. It looks like he's done, I know that.
Leicester managing to get away from Jackson. Bellamy. Gallimore. The pressure again from Onsalan. This is Bellamy. Dalglish is calling for it. Vital touch from Livingston. Leicester tripped.
You can tell what this young French boy's coming on to the game, isn't he, Onsalan? No doubt about it. And we spoke about the partnership up front for Grimsby, finding each other suddenly. Onsalan getting the ball to Bellamy. Bellamy trying to find Dalglish. And looking to feed off each other now.
Flick on was by Leicester to Nogan. Needs support in the middle. Lever. McDermott. Russell.
Again, the referee just taking the sting out of things. Settle down, guys, he's saying. Come on. It's been nice and clean so far. It's crazy, Rob. You know, a couple of years he's got to retire. That's why he won't be going up to the Premiership. It's ridiculous. When you're good, leave it and keep them going.
Here's Nogan. cross is Donovan's. Headed away by Mulrine, only to Caldecott. Gallimore. It's a Norwich throw.
Gallimore a little bit unhappy with the challenge with Bellamy there. Because, you know, as the ball goes wide as Donovan, they always look for it. Ashcroft was at the back post all on his own.
Mulrine.
Just shows you, Rob, Manchester United, what a rich, you know, talent they have in these kids. Cook and Man City doing so well, scoring goals for fun, and then this fella steps up and scores an absolute cracker.
£500,000 he cost on deadline day, part of that Youth Cup winning team of 4 years ago, Phil Mulrine. Five caps now for Northern Ireland.
Alan Buckley's job at half-time surely is to restore the confidence that they've shown in the first 10-15 minutes.
Here's Dalglish. And the cross is behind Darryl Russell. McDermott. Mulrine. Russell. Bellamy.
It's interesting what Norwich, the times they play one-touch football, you know, well, I'm sure in training, Brian Hammond, Bruce Stewart, it's all one touch. You go back to the days of Ian Crook, you know, he was, if you can do it with one, why take two?
Dalglish steering himself away from Livingston.
Good skills from Dalglish. Just again, try to whip it in with a bit of pace on. There was no doubt Norwich fans already have taken to this guy. Maybe looking forward to Sunday.
Such. Foul by Nogan.
Yeah, I think Norwich should be, apart from the opening 10-12 minutes, will be very happy. Plenty of possession, knocking the ball about, cracking goal, hit the post. And still no smile from Bruce.
Donovan. Caldecott. Sure, their pleasure at the goal is tempered by thoughts of their last game at Huddersfield, where they were 1-0 up and then saw it disappear with an individual error, an own goal from Paul Hughes in the last 10 minutes. There's 1 minute of stoppage time to be added on in the first half. And here's McDermott. Caldecott. Donovan. Leicester. It's Donovan again. Blocked by Mackay.
He's definitely a danger, isn't he, Donovan? Whether he's down wide or cutting inside 1-2s.
Here's Dalglish. Mulrine.
Such could have turned there. They didn't realise there was no one behind them, Darryl Such.
Half-time, and what a week it's been for Phil Mulrine away from Northern Ireland. The conclusion of his move to Norwich, meeting up with his two new teammates. And now on his full debut for the club, scoring a goal that his former teammate David Beckham would have been proud of from a free kick. In off the post, judged the angle, just right. So a great start for the Northern Ireland international to his Norwich career. And at half-time at Blundell Park, Grimsby 0, Norwich 1.
He's worked hard for this day.
Ingle really is on a roll.
He thinks he's ready.
Tam Mattel.
He's definitely one to watch. He could be going places.
His trainer thinks he's ready.
Ingle's out to prove to everyone that he can do it.
And with 21 fights, 21 wins and 15 knockouts.
Bring on Naz. I'm ready for you.
The WBO World Featherweight title just got one day closer.
End of the day, I just want to fight.
But with 31 fights, 31 wins,
Whatever you've got to take, you've got to give.
and 12 successful world title defenses to date,
Let's get ready to rumble!
seems all Nassim's been doing is waiting for him. Both unbeaten, but who's the unbeatable? Naz v. Ingle in association with Budweiser, Saturday at 8, Sky Box Office 3. Book before midnight on Friday for the early price of $11.95. Call 0990 800 777. Cable customers contact your local operator.
Are you ready for the JJB and Sports Division top 20 hits from the UK's #1 sports retailer? Adidas Falcon leather trainers, an incredible $29.99. Reebok Next, a fantastic saving at $29.99. Umbro Vitali, straight in at $19.99. High-tech squash shoes at an unbelievable $14.99. Take your pick of the top 20 chart toppers in the JJB and Sports Division top of the shops, the UK's #1.
A bit of you knows someday you'll want a family saloon. A bit of you knows one day you'll want to paint landscapes in Provence. A bit of you knows the attic would make a wonderful study. A bit of everyone knows they should invest for the future. With the National Savings ISA offering 100% security and tax-free interest. A bit of you knows you should invest a bit with us.
Frank Doberman is angry. So's his brother. And the effect is devastating. And too expensive to only show once. They thought it was impossible.
I don't believe the size of that.
Big O's, a hula hoop like no other. Introducing Debbie Wellard.
Beef and mustard flavor.
They're loud. They're obnoxious. They are Big O's.
A bit more down there. Is that enough? Yeah. A bit more there. Right, get the water. I don't have the water. But I said to bring the water. Careful, don't break it. It's kind of slanted. Take it back, take it back. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Too much concrete, not enough trees.
In association with Scrumpy Jack, because no countryside means nowhere to grow our apples.
Not yet, lad. You've got to earn it. Get this inside. Let's get it. Hold on, goes in. He works it.
New home-based Value Basics, essential products at unbeatable prices. Guaranteed.
Now you've got no excuses, Neil.
With Value Basics, you're better off at home-based than ever before.
More live international cricket coming up as England take on Pakistan and India in the Coca-Cola Cup. The tournament starts on Wednesday. 4 live games this week. England play Pakistan in the first match Wednesday from midday on Sky Sports 2. Half-time in our Bank Holiday Monday special from Blundell Park, Cleethorpes. It's Grimsby 0, Norwich 1. Remember, Grimsby have to win this match to keep their distant playoff hopes alive. They started so brightly, but since then it's all gone rather pear-shaped for Alan Buckley and co. 5 attempts at goal for Norwich, just the one on target, and they scored from it. No bookings, which is no surprise with Mr. Heilbronn in action. He is one of the best and most underrated officials on the circuit, you'd have to say. And the action areas in the first 45 pretty even after Grimsby's very impressive start, and Norwich have shaded it in terms of possession. Now there's a big game in the second division going on this afternoon as well. 12 o'clock kick-off at Deepdale. Latest score is Preston 1, Manchester City 1. Steve Basham put Preston in front after 1 minute. Michael Brown equalised after 22. Preston's second at the moment. If they win, they'll go 7 points clear of City. But obviously, if City win, they'll cut the gap to just 1 point. It's getting very tight. They're into the second half there. A lot for Grimsby to do in the second half here. Nigel, they started so well, and then their confidence just seemed to evaporate.
Well, it's the old story, not scoring goals. I think they've had 3 shots at goal, none on target, but they started very well, especially down this right-hand side with Donovan, Lester, Ashcroft, Nogan, all getting involved, but they just can't force the goalkeeper into a save. And I suppose that's the story of their season, having scored 36 goals in 37 games, so they need some goals from somewhere.
Yeah, so many opportunities. Caldecott with the first real one after just a couple of minutes. He's not scored in Grimsby colours. Perhaps he should have done here.
Well, I think it's a good effort, actually. Takes it on his right foot, just goes over the top. Marshall most probably had it covered. But, you know, it's a long-distance shot again. Although they had lots of crosses going in the box, they never really forced Marshall to make any saves.
They didn't close him down very quickly, though, did they?
They didn't, actually. If you look at it, Craig Bellamy actually ran the wrong way, but he did do a dummy and bring it back on his right foot, and Bellamy ran the wrong way, so that's why he got a shot in.
Strange thing about that first 15 minutes was that although Grimsby dominated, Norwich actually hit the post, didn't they, and could have taken the lead there.
They could have taken the lead, but with so many changes in their side, it's taken them time to settle down. There's a corner in, and comes in unmarked there, Carey, and then Bellamy puts it over. But really, the marking from Grimsby's terrible there. Look, you see Carey, free-shotted goal, hits Bellamy, I think, and hits the post, comes out, and then Bellamy puts it over the top. He's claiming a corner there, but I think he just got it under it. But, you know, it was all Grimsby, one breakaway, and Norwich nearly scored.
Now, Bruce Rioch's been busy in the transfer market. He spent a little bit of money, and from the looks of things, that money has been well spent. Wonderful free kick by Mal Ryan. What about the free kick decision in the first place?
Well, I think it was a free kick, but there's no need to come in there. I think it's John McDermott comes on the back of Russell here. There's no need to try and win the ball there. I mean, he falls over, the referee gives it, but it's a bit of a harsh decision, but there's no need to go in and leave your leg in there, and that cost them the goal.
And the execution is, as Rob said in the commentary, David Beckham-esque, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure he's tried this with Beckham a few times, but it picks his spot, in off the post. Andy Love in goal, no chance. But Mulkey Mackay on the end of the wall there, doing the old Teddy Sheringham trick, pulling the man away. But I think you see from behind the goal, it doesn't make any difference anyway. It's just a wonderful execution. Keeper no chance, in off the post, and Phil Moraine.
Should Mackay get penalised, though? I mean, he doesn't push the wall much, but he does enough to cause problems, doesn't he?
Well, if the referee sees it, which I'm sure he didn't, if the referee sees it, he's got to give the free kick, because that's against the laws of the game, pulling someone out of the way to put the ball in the back of the net. But on that occasion, he could have given the free kick, but it didn't make any difference anyway, because it was executed so well that it was going right in the corner anyway.
Well, last season when Grimsby was starring week in, week out on Sky, particularly at Wembley, Kevin Donovan was their inspiration. He's had back trouble this season. He might have equalised towards half-time when at last he got a bit more space down the right.
Yeah, but he's done well, I think. You know, the first 15-20 minutes for Grimsby, running at people, getting crosses in, but here he comes inside and he's given Eric Fulkerstadt a bit of a hard time there. I mean, that could have gone in the far corner itself, or somebody coming in on it could have slid it in the back of the net. But Grimsby's best chances have definitely come down the right-hand side, and the link-up play between Jack Lester, Donovan, Nogan has been very, very good.
Can you see them opening up Norwich in the second half?
I can see them opening them up again, but it's if they can put the ball in the back of the net. I think Norwich have weathered the storm very well. They've had some couple of good blocks at the back, and now in midfield they've got it down, started their passing game, and looked dangerous on the break.
Half-time then at Blundell Park. The home side are losing again. Remember, they've lost their last 3 in front of their own supporters. They cannot afford to make it 4 in a row. We are back in a couple of minutes.
The Sisters of Murphy's. Here to offer guidance for those in precarious situations. What a lovely looking fella. Go get him, sisters.
So you want a new PC. You want free, easy internet access just by plugging into your phone line. You want all the kit, including a colour scanner and printer. And you want the new lightning-fast 400 MHz Intel Celeron processor. Fine. Pick up the phone and have it your way. Call Gateway on 0800 389 0800 and for £1,225 we'll deliver a Gateway PC with free internet access built just for you.
Right Guard Double Protection doesn't just keep you dry, it keeps you feeling fresh from the shower all day.
So what's it all about? Do you really want to know? Do you want to give or do you just want to take it all and go?
Whether you're an employer or a worker, the minimum wage of £3.60 or £3 if you're 18 to 21 is now part of everyday life.
You gotta find time, the right time, and make a change.
To find out what it could do for you, call 0845 8450 360. The minimum wage. It pays to know.
From the writer of Screen and Scream 2.
Please report to the principal's office.
Director of Desperado and From Dusk Till Dawn comes a new thriller.
Did you hear that? Now we're gonna have some fun.
Don't question authority.
We can stop it.
Destroy it.
Always wanted to do that.
The Faculty.
Mum? Karen?
Whilst every other pay-as-you-go mobile phone charges you to listen to messages, with Up to You they're free.
Who are you?
Wrong number.
Only Up to You lets you just pay for calls, not messages. And if you connect to Up to You, which starts at only £69.99 before the 28th of April, we'll include £20 worth of calls.
Next Sunday at 12 on Sky Sports 2. The Elite.
The triple.
Face the formidable. Both chasing the FA Cup semi-final. Manchester United against us. Two giants on a collision course.
Pursuing a dream.
In the game of the season. A massive cup clash that epitomizes
talent, honor, commitment.
Ultimately, tragedy for one.
How cruel this game can be.
And ecstasy for the other.
What a deadly finish.
Very good chance to beat them.
The AXA-sponsored FA Cup semi-final, Manchester United Arsenal, exclusively live next Sunday at 12, Sky Sports 2.
And cut.
There's a feast of live sport for you today. At 2, live snooker from the British Open. 3, more live cricket as we continue our coverage of the fourth test between the West Indies and Australia. What's going to happen there? Something dramatic every day, it seems. And tonight from 7, more live football from St James's Park. It's Newcastle against Spurs. But half-time here at Blundell Park, 1-0 to Norwich. The sun has come out in Cleethorpes. It really is a delightful place to be. Let's rejoin Alan Brazil and Rob Hawthorne.
The sun is certainly shining in the life of Phil Mulrine at the moment after opting to leave the reserves at Manchester United for regular first-team football at Carrow Road. And he's done his best to ensure that with the free kick that gives Norwich the lead at the start of the second half. But remember, in their last away match at Huddersfield, they led 1-0 at half-time and only emerged from the game with a point. And they've been on a bad run of form at the moment. So can they hold on to what they've already established? Adding more challenging with Craig Bellamy. And John McDermott gets it away, not too far. It's Dalglish.
Yeah, good chance for Paul Dalglish on his right foot. Sat up lovely for him as well. Andy Love doesn't react too much, so I think it is well wide from our angle. Half clearance, good first touch, sits up lovely, and a couple of yards wide.
Well, Norwich's attackers already pepping things up at the start of the second half. Grimsby A bid to change things by actually making a personnel change. More on that in a moment as Andy Love gets it away.
Good goalkeeping. Bellamy was on it.
Darryl Clare is the man who's come on in the second half to take the place of Lee Nogan, the Republic of Ireland under-21 international. Such finding Bellamy. Livingston gets it away.
I thought Nogan was working hard. He did the ball away a couple of times in sort of midfield areas, and suddenly Norwich were breaking. I think that might have infuriated Alan, but I thought he worked hard first half.
Fugelstad. Dalglish to Russell. Mulrine, the goal scorer. This is Carey. Now Dalglish. McDermott blocking his route to goal.
We were saying earlier, before the match, the Dalglish and Bellamy, the partnership, and it's certainly blossoming. Bellamy a bit unlucky hitting the post. Couldn't have done a lot about it really, it was reaction. And Dalglish has done a lot of good stuff, holding it up, getting wide, getting balls into the box. As is this fella. What a strike, what a goal. It's just interesting at half-time, the guys in the studio were talking about, you know, Mackay pushing the wall. I don't think it made any difference. I think the punishment would have been Mulrine would have had a right go at Mackay if that had been disallowed, because the wall wouldn't have got anywhere near the ball.
Malky Mackay. Here's Gallimore. Lever. McDermott. Caldecott. Clare. This is Donovan. Clare looking to get beyond Jackson, was leaning into him, was he? The referee's given the corner.
I'll tell you what, Rob, if Terry Hilbrun's got a better view of this, I'm not sure this is not a penalty. Watch, it goes high here, I think. Look, Jackson. Well, maybe from that angle it looks a little bit different. See, he has got in front of Clare.
McDermott. And they're getting in each other's way, Lever and Groves. And Carey gets it away to Ashcroft. Given away, though, to Mulrine. There's Russell. Fugelstad. Chase on for Bellamy to keep it in, but he's done so. Dalglish. Mulrine. Cleared by Lever.
Well, it just shows you different angles, Rob. You know, I thought as Jackson was going into the box there with Clare, I thought, oh, he's out of order there, but you see a different angle, and he'd obviously just got in front of Clare, so apologies to Matt.
Such. Bellamy. He's held it up long enough for Such to join him. Mulrine. Caldecott. Now Mackay.
Well, certainly this young French boy, Anselin, said that he's not... Well, first of all, I wondered if he was going to have a job with the physical side of the first division. But as the games wore on, he's getting stuck in. He's been involved. He's neat and tidy on the ball. Being from Bordeaux, you know his wines.
Here's the Norwich captain, Matt Jackson. Darryl Such, who ended up in goal when Andy Marshall was sent off at Huddersfield. Lever.
I think the problem, I'm certain the problem Grimsby have got here is the midfield area, especially central midfield. I think Norwich are bossing it. It's fine when Grimsby get it wide and Alexa Donovan's running at people. We haven't seen much of Ashcroft now. They've got to get the ball wide, because that's where they had the joy in the first 12-15 minutes against Norwich. Here's Ashcroft. And Marshall can watch it float by. He's done well to get to hit the byline, Ashcroft, and he is lively, over 10 yards, he's fast. Goes past the fullback, but again, look, he's got a nice chance to put that in. That troubles nobody.
It's his fifth start in the last 14 matches, Lee Ashcroft. Worked under Alan Buckley previously at West Brom, but if Grimsby do lose, it'll be a fourth successive home defeat for the first time since the start of the 87-88 season.
You look at the remaining games as well, Rob, you know, they could really have had a real go towards the end of the season, because on paper they don't look that difficult, especially when you've got them at home.
And 3 of their next 4 to come here. Here's Darryl Russell. Mulrine. Carey. Such. Russell. Given away to Mulrine. McDermott. Donovan. Dalglish. Bellamy hadn't really been picked up.
That's a poor finish. Bellamy, normally so lively. Again, it's good work from Paul Dalglish. Out wide, suddenly finds room. Nice little ball. Bellamy tries a little snapshot. No trouble to love.
Dalglish and Bellamy still working on their partnership. Bellamy has been used to playing up front alongside Ian Roberts.
Grimsby just have to, if they're going to get back in this match, they have to put Norwich City under much more pressure. Norwich are knocking it about with ease. You can see the frustration on Alan Buckley's face. They're not getting anywhere near Norwich.
Such. Carey. McDermott. Livingston.
Yeah, it's a little bit dispirited at the moment. The fans frustrated, the locals. Confidence is draining. Someone has to change it.
Well, they lost their last 3 home games at the end of last season and still managed to get into the playoffs and then to win at Wembley. But there's such a lot of ground to make up this time that they can't afford to see points lost here. Mackay. Mulrine. And off Gallimore for the throw. Livingston. Well, they've made one change already, Grimsby, which hasn't produced the desired result, so a second substitution for them is imminent. And Wayne Burnett is the man who's coming on, the man who clinched their first success at Wembley with the golden goal winner against Bournemouth in the Auto Windscreen Shield final. And Mark Lever is the man who makes way for him. It's a midfielder for a central defender, so it means some changing around.
Just wonder if it'd be interesting if Groves go back there. So Burnett is certainly a passer in midfield. He'll be trying to get his foot in.
Dalglish here wrestling his way through, and the challenge is by Russell, and somehow Grimsby managed to keep it out.
I'm sure Dalglish was pulled back as well there, Rob. Maybe a few Norwich supporters were calling for maybe a tug and a penalty.
But having survived that scare, can Grimsby break to equalise? Caldicott here finding Donovan. Here's McDermott. Clare making a run just inside him. The ball's a disappointing one and easily cut out by Jackson. And that after Grimsby had got themselves into such a promising position.
And suddenly the game's opening up a little bit. Tried a little 1-2 there, McDermott. The problem is you've got 3 players trying to get in the box, Rob. The move breaks down. Norwich in the counter. You've got 4 players out of the game.
Groves has won that. Here's Clare. Leicester's moved out to his right now, and the ball is too short.
Well, I tell you what, I don't understand Leicester's run there, because Clare was sort of inside right channel. Leicester just had to make a burst through the middle. He tried to give him an option, but coming close to Clare. He tried to give him an option, go into my space, you run into my space, or play me the ball. But I thought Leicester was clear. I really did. I thought a little slip ball through the middle. You see McClare here. Look at Leicester. Look at the space he's got. Why is he running across here? Now he's saying, OK, give me it or use my space. And it breaks down again. And just earlier, that was Dalglish's strike. Look at this for a scramble, right on the near post. And McDermott helping his goalkeeper out.
The Ashcroft throw. Caldicott. Leicester. Here's Ashcroft. Gallimore. Caldicott finds McDermott. Donovan. Just knocked out of his stride by Russell.
Donovan again, he's good when he comes inside. You see Russell getting close to him, and sure, that's a free kick. Again, Terry Hilborn, 6 yards away, making the right decision.
Wayne Burnett and McDermott closest to the ball. Groves, who has been playing more defensively since the substitution, has gone into the box. He's useful in these positions. Cleared by Fugelstadt, back out to Donovan. Crosses from Burnett. Groves does try to get in there, but Jackson meets it first and takes a whack to the head as a result.
Yeah, clash of heads. Groves coming in. There's no elbows up. Good header from Jackson, brave header, but he's come off the worst. For once, it's a half-decent ball in the box, this time from Burnett. You can see Jackson gets there first, bang, and that's the clash. He's done well after the first 10 minutes, Jackson. Let's hope he's okay, because that looks nasty.
Paul Groves scores a lot of his goals through turning up in the penalty area and being in the right place at the right time for free kicks and for corners. And it was a determined charge for that one that led to Jackson's injury.
There's Bruce Rhea, must be happy. He was just on the touchline there, got 2 or 3 players over, just a little bit of a chat. Things are going well, yeah, he's happy now.
And he'll be a lot happier at the sight of Matt Jackson back on his feet. Norwich are already enduring their longest sequence without a victory since Bruce Rioch took over. And they're just past the hour mark in this match. Can they hold on to win?
I think it's important when you're going into a derby game as well, Rob, you're going with a bit of confidence. You know, Ipswich at the moment, confidence sky high. So it was important Norwich get something to them.
Livingston. Offside. Clare seems to have been the player in an offside position. Wayne Bennett. Clare. Caldicott. Well, it's not flowing for them. Gallimore. Onsalin. Dalglish. Groves header, another Norwich corner. They'll be quite happy with the ball in this territory.
Yeah, Norwich just content now. They've got the lead. They're just knocking it about. It's Grimsby who have really got to raise the tempo, raise the game, get a few crunching tackles in. Try and get the crowd behind them for a start.
Dalglish's efforts find Bellamy, and it's off the top of the bar.
Craig Bellamy, he's had a couple of, he's had 2-3 chances, hasn't he? Good work again from Dalglish. Perseverance, battling away. You can see Caldicott comes. The touch is good, and Bellamy should score. He shouldn't be hitting the crossbar from there. Not a striker of his class. That should have been 2-0, game over.
Well, he didn't know too much about the one in the first half when it came off the post as he diverted Carey's effort onto the frame of the goal. He was certainly full steam ahead then as that one crashed against the bar, and Grimsby survived once more. Livingston. Gallimore. Paul Groves, on whom Grimsby have relied for most of their goals this season. They've now gone over 6.5 hours without scoring in a league match here.
This is where they're losing out, Rob. You know, the way Norwich, the way Carey, good play from Carey, don't get me wrong, but the way they're just dinking about in there, there's no challenges.
It's back on January the 16th that they got their last goal here against Oxford. Inevitably it was Groves who got it. Here he is again.
You start firing a few challenges, you get the punters, you know, the home supporters, you get them going, and it suddenly goes right through the side. Like Bellamy's just done. He's worked hard.
Here's Fugelstad. Controlled by the arm of Dalglish. Jackson. Well, Bellamy's quick onto it, but Groves knew what he was doing. It was astute judgment.
Groves just looked at the linesman. Not happy. Get your flag up, he's saying.
Leicester. Now Mulrine. Groves playing it off Dalglish. Goal kick. Paul Groves has scored 12 of Grimsby's last 22 goals, and indeed you take out the vital goals that he scored for Grimsby this season and they'd be 18 points worse off and therefore in the bottom three. Alan Buckley knows that Groves is a figure that he can rely on, took him with him to West Brom and then brought him back here. Here's Russell. Bellamy. Carey. Caldicott pressuring well. That's Mackay. Now Russell. Darryl Such. Ashcroft, now Clare. Here's Ashcroft again.
Again breaking down, doesn't, you know. Grimsby, they seem to have 1 or 2 passes strung together, whereas Norwich gets 7 and 8. And there you can see clearly, Norwich again, second half, much more possession. Keeping the ball well.
Bellamy. Craig Bellamy just tripped, and
I don't know if it tripped. I think he was helped on his way there. It was a little bit off the ball, I think. Ah, they've kissed and made up.
Ashcroft was the other party involved. Such. Burnett. Bellamy. Here's Mulrine. And Russell gets it back to Dalglish. And there was a bit of control with the hand.
One thing about Moran there, across to Dalglish. Dalglish's touch just lets him down. It bounces up and hits him with the right hand. Just here. And that's the referee again, spot on. But Moran, Rob, to me, he looks really sharp when he has the ball to his feet. And this fella, Dalglish, will thrive on the service. Moran is very quick with the ball at his feet, sharp. He's one of these players doesn't need a lot of backlift to get power on the ball. Mr. shakes his head, he's unlucky there. The ball just beat Jackson, he was on his bike and just hits him in the head. It's not going well for the Grimsby boys at the moment.
Steve Livingston. Groves. Five times in the last 6 seasons Grimsby have managed to win their Easter Monday fixture, the exception being last year when they lost to Bristol Rovers here. And so far it looks like being a fairly miserable holiday programme for them. Defeated at Bradford on Saturday, although by many accounts the scoreline actually flattered the home side, and really struggling to get back in this game against Norwich, who are doing an excellent containing job on their opponents, having established that lead through Mulrine in the first half.
There was a special goal, no doubt in that. You know, you talk about McDermott again. You know, was it a free kick? I think it was. It was from behind. It wasn't nasty. There's no point, you know, taking the chance in a central position like that. I think you'll feel a little bit hard done by, but there was no need. Moran, he's back to, you know, the Norwich player had his back to go. It was Russell.
Carey. Here is Russell. Ambitious attempt from the youngster, who's certainly not lacking in confidence. Grimsby are lacking in confidence, and final change in personnel being brought about here by Alan Buckley. And he's sending on the experienced Kingsley Black to take the place of Jack Lester. Black came on at Wembley, of course, to change the game of that Auto Windscreen Shield final against Bournemouth. More recently, he's been in the starting lineup. He started 9 of the last 10 matches. Can he have a late impact in the final 20 minutes here?
Well, it looks as if he's going to play through the middle. He's certainly not a centre forward, not my book. But Alan Butler, I think it's just lacklustre. He says, I've got to change it. We just try anything. Just try and get this crowd, you know, give them a bit of excitement. At the end of the day, 1-0, although Norwich are in total control, a lot of things can happen.
Here's Mulrine.
I think Ashcroft would probably be better going through the middle and maybe Black playing a little bit wider. Because Ashcroft is lively, but he just doesn't see the ball enough. The times he has had it out wide, going to try to get crosses in, they've been poor crosses.
Carey. Thugelstad. Russell with the throw. Leaving it instead for Thugelstad. Carey. Norwich cleverly absorbing things, just frustrating the crowd. It's a good professional display so far from the visitors. Bellamy. Mulrine. Such.
Again, Norwich just like keep ball, just knocking about. Come and get it off is the same.
And every time they win a throw, there's a delay before the taking of it, just to frustrate Grimsby still further. Caldecott. Further Easter action to come tonight at 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 as Newcastle and Tottenham test the water for the FA Cup semi-final to come. And our next Nationwide League action is Friday at 7 o'clock, the second division promotion battle between Gillingham and Bournemouth. That's on Sky Sports 3. Mulrine's free kick. Here's Onsalin.
That's just disappointed me a little bit. The final ball clears her wide. He's not too fussed about it. This fella, here's got a problem. Just taking a whack in the old nose.
Steve Livingston, the player with the bloodied nose. It was in the centre of defence where they were forced to make their changes, with Handyside and Smith being injured. Nothing that they could have really done about the goal. It's in midfield and up front where they've lacked that creative spark to alter the course of this game.
They've also, Rob, looked a little bit edgy when they've been in possession.
Here's Kingsley Black. Donovan ahead of him, desperate to stay on side, and in the end Black needed too much time.
They should have gave him it. It was in a good position. I was just saying, Grimsby are a little bit edgy, aren't they? Whereas Norwich, okay, they've got a big game next week coming up, but apart from that, not like playing for, just pride, and they're relaxed. And it's definitely showing this afternoon, the way they're just fizzing the ball about, keeping possession, knocking about.
Well, they came into this game, Norwich pretty much in the comfort zone, 15 points off the playoffs and 15 points above the relegation area. But they're still going to have their say in some key issues between now and the end of the season, with facing Ipswich and Bolton at home and Oxford and Bristol City away, who are involved in the relegation problem area. So Bruce Rioch's side could be doom merchants and kingmakers.
A little bit disappointing, you know, the last 3 seasons, what, since they came down, 16, 13, 15, I just feel Norwich are a bit better than that.
Well, it's a strange habit of theirs that they struggle when they get to the turn of the year. It's the 6th time that it's happened. They went 14 league games without a win from January to April of last term. And in the 4 years prior to that, they've won 4 of their last 18, 4 out of 19, 1 out of 20 and 2 out of 20 in their closing league fixture programme. And it's a habit that they've not managed to correct this season. Here's Darryl Such with the throw. Caldecott. Clare.
It's very quiet, isn't it? Norwich fans are they're out happy, but you can see clearly the home fans, this is disappointing for them. Lovely afternoon here in Cleethorpes, but not a lot to talk about.
Well, it's difficult when they're so close to it, but the club has come such a long way in such a short period of time. I don't think many expected Alan Buckley's return to produce the instant rewards that it did.
I think the only thing they're close to this afternoon, Rob's the beach. And when they play the football, Grimsby, you know, they can be really exciting, especially when they get it wide.
Ashcroft's throw. Burnett. Russell.
Luckily Terry Hill runs. Back was turned to that one. Russell and Caldecott. Oof. I'm glad he didn't see that one. A little bit naughty. Such as another Norwich player down the right-hand side as well.
There's Bennett.
I think Mackay took a bad knock, Rob, as well.
Dalglish who's emerged with it. He's the furthest Norwich player forward, though. He was going to have to do it all on his own, and Livingston ensured that he didn't.
Mackay's in a bit of a problem over on the far side. And suddenly there's just one or two little niggles going on for the first time in the match. And this young fella's got to be a wee bit careful, because he had a good game. His side are winning 1-0. Just have a look at this. Caldecott comes in. That's nothing nasty, is it? Unfortunately, no officials watching.
And shortly after that was the challenge that led to Malky Mackay's discomfort.
I'm disappointed for this fella here, because he takes so much pride in his Grimsby side, what they achieved last year. Must be so happy position-wise this season, but they've not proved it today, and that'll disappoint them. They've been outplayed.
I think he was amused at the fact that they were amongst the pundits' favourites for relegation at the start of the season, and took a lot of pride in the fact that they were in the top 6 in January. They may have hit something of a wall now, judging by recent results. Bennett. Here's Donovan. Now Groves. McDermott. Donovan. Clare. John McDermott. Played by Onsalan. This is Bennett. Now Groves. Donovan. Ashcroft. Well, it's been a very frustrating afternoon for Lee Ashcroft. Total breakdown in understanding there between he and Darryl Clare. Gallimore. This is Such. Onsalin. Gallimore just caught the Frenchman. One or two worrying little knocks that Norwich are picking up. Header out by Malky Mackay. This will actually be Norwich's first away victory since they beat Bury in February. And Bury, the only team in the division to have scored fewer goals than Grimsby, who are averaging at less than a goal a game in the first division.
Bury going to stay up, Rob.
It's going to be quite a dogfight. At least for these two teams, there is the comfort of being safely above that.
I think that's why there's been no real edge in the game. You know, we have to be fair. I think Norwich have done enough clearly to win this match. You've just got to defend these last few minutes on the toes. Whereas Grimsby are definitely better than what they've showed today. Lacking in confidence.
Here's Bennett. Donovan was struggling to get away from Russell, who was pulling away at him.
Again, I think he's in for a ticking off. You may see a yellow here, I don't know, because tugged back, you know, from behind. Terry Hilbrun might just say, get on with it, he's young, with a bright future. He's certainly pulling away, he was.
It's Black with a free kick. And Andy Marshall gets there ahead of Livingston. Livingston, and Mulrine has done well to get that away to Dalglish. Bellamy's bursting through the middle, and he's managed to beat Gallimore. And Bennett gets there ahead of Russell and plays it off him.
He's done well, Paul Dalglish. You know, just try to drive that in right-footed, breaking. Probably his last participation in this match. Just bursting down the right. Again, try to find his strike partner, Bellamy.
Donovan. Fugelstadt. Here's Groves. Bennett. Kevin Donovan.
Shame from Donovan there. He's tried hard. I think he's probably been Grimsby's best player.
Bellamy. Russell. Mulrine. Carey. Well, Norwich using their time well. Cleared by McDermott.
Just get the feeling Grimsby are. It's a case of, well, it's not been our day. Just let's hear the whistle. Just can't seem to penetrate this Norwich City defence.
And yet with the lead at only 1-0, sometimes unlikely things do happen. Ashcroft. He's got away from his man, he's got room to cross, and he's pulled it back for Darrell Clare. Groves tried to line it up, and it didn't fall back for Bennett.
Well, this time Grimsby certainly had bodies in the box, but too long. Hesitate, well, not hesitating, but no one making their mind up quick enough.
Gallimore. Jackson clears. Ashcroft. Blocked by Mackay this time. was certainly the biggest scare that Norwich have had for a while. Here's Wayne Burnett. Gallimore. Clare. Jackson in quickly to close him down. Black. And a change now for Norwich. It's Ewan Roberts who's coming on, and he's applauding the contribution of Paul Dalgleish. Contribution that the Norwich fans also appreciate. He's shown good endeavour as Dalgleish in his first 2 appearances for Norwich. Now Roberts comes on to take his place. And here's Kingsley Black, and it's deflected wide for the corner.
Well, in the last minute or 2, this fella's looked livelier than most of his teammates. Well, Ewan Roberts has just come on. He'll be straight back into his own penalty area to try and help out.
It's gone straight to Livingston. Mackay getting in front of Groves, another danger man. Hurled back in by Black towards Groves, who got in front of Such! Oh, just wide!
Well, we are right in our gantry position. We're right behind Groves, and that looked to be bottom corner. Incredible. Flies, dives in front of Such. Masters got no chance. Look at the reaction from behind the goal, the Norwich fans. Just when they thought it was all over, they think now they've given 2 points away. How unlucky.
But it just goes to show how slender that Norwich lead really is, and how one moment can change the course of the game. Darryl Russell. Now on Salah, on to Bellamy. Roberts is waiting in the middle. Russell has joined him in the middle too. Such. Russell. Blocked by Ewan Roberts.
And it just shows you, Rob, all your possession, and it could have all been undone. And that just sneaked inside the post. I think Norwich would have been really unlucky had it gone in.
Certainly, if anyone has shaken Grimsby from their lethargy, it's this man, Kingsley Black. He's sparkled. Stunning free kick, and he's certainly man of the match. Fillmore Ryan gets the Nationwide Man of the Match award.
Yeah, I think Norwich have a good team performance, but he looks a good buy. He looks sharp. He's certainly going to be threats at set pieces. Clips a lovely ball, and what a goal.
Clare. Black. He's won the throw. Keen to get on with it. Clare. Black gets it in. Groves was again in a useful position. It's Wayne Burnett.
He got a golden goal at Wembley last year, but no golden goal. Just couldn't get enough on it, could he? Because he's getting closed down quickly. Jackson with the clearance, takes it in the chest. Couldn't wait for the ball to come down. Easy for Marshall.
Well, it was a good start to the game by Grimsby, and it's been a reasonable last 3 minutes, but it's all been too little too late. Russell. Roberts. 2 minutes of stoppage time has been indicated. And Bruce Rioch and Brian Hamilton are pondering 2 more substitutions.
A big game for Brian Hamilton Sunday as well against his old club. That's a shame.
The referee has stepped in after that challenge. Wayne Burnett, at this late stage of the game, is the first booking of the game.
Well, Wayne's been out for a long time. You can see, well, it's again, some referees interpret it as real dangerous, have a yellow, others let it go. I think he just thought, no, I've let 1 or 2 go, but not this time, Wayne.
Who will start? McDermott. Could be their last chance for an equaliser if Clare can steal in. Mackay shields it from him though. Bruce Rioch urging his team on, knows there can't be much longer to go now. Terry Heilbron's already taken a couple of checks on the watch. Is he about to call time on Grimsby's playoff hopes?
I think Norwich, and if it was a boxing match points victory, no problem. They've not been sparkling, but they've kept possession well. The front 2 have looked lively. Lovely goal. And Grimsby have just been off colour.
Grimsby's faint playoff hopes may well have been throttled by Bruce Rioch's Norwich side. 1 goal in the end, enough to win it. And Rioch's deadline day signing of Phil Mulrine reaping an early reward as the young Northern Ireland international, on his full debut in Norwich colours, produced a free kick to remember that has delighted those travelling from Norfolk. A touch of his old Manchester United colleague Beckham about this. It went in off the post. Norwich hit the woodwork on 2 further occasions during a game that they dominated. Only a late scare with a Paul Groves header that went just wide threatened to take the gloss off it. It's a victory that has been a long time coming after 8 without one for Rioch and his charges. But at least they'll now go into that local derby against Ipswich on the back of a win, which will engender some confidence for the remaining matches. The final score then here at Blundell Park: Grimsby 0, Norwich 1.
One thing